for the Dolphins to play on the road for the rest of the season because they are now 4-0 on the road and 0-3 at home, and whatever works for them. It was another great win for the Dolphins. Another win in which the offense was unable to score in the red zone and they had to settle for field goals. The defense dominated. They struggled. They started out a little bit slow, but in the end, they were dominant. It didn't start up as well as the Dolphins defense would have liked. Terrell Owens scored 2 touchdowns with Jason Allen covering him, and eventually Allen was replaced, and the defense actually was performing better after that. But you take a look at the linebacking core of Dansby and Crowder, just that the team of that the defense has been incredible this season, and I just see them getting better, and they have played great against some great teams. They're playing good against some great teams. They were in that Patriots game, they were in the Jets game to a certain point, and the defense is getting better. And you have guys like Cameron Wake who are just, it's like the individual efforts of these players are stepping up this season, and it's really showing for this defense. They're quite dominant, and it's going to be interesting to see how they will handle Baltimore's offense this Sunday. So there's a question going around: is Dan Carpenter perhaps the Dolphins' best kicker of all time? It's way too early to say that. But Carpenter kicked another 5 field goals on Sunday, which makes him 10 for 10 for the last 2 games. Me personally, he's my fantasy kicker, so I'm happy. If the Dolphins offense wants to struggle some more and Carpenter can kick another 5 next Sunday, yeah, that made me happy, at least in fantasy terms. Which leads me to the Dolphins offense. They are still struggling in the red zone. They cannot finish drives. They need to stop settling for field goals and need to score touchdowns, because sooner or later it's going to bite them in the butt. And they need to fix this right now. They're going up against Baltimore, and that defense is wow. So, that'd be the perfect game to get the passing game going again. The running game, while they did rush for 137 yards between Ronnie Brown and Ricky Williams, that's a deceiving number, especially with Brian Hartline had a end around, I believe, for 30 yards. So basically there was 107 rushing yards. Still not their best. Running game still struggling. That can be in part to the lack of run block by the offensive line, which they need to get better. But Chad Henne, on the other hand, performed pretty well. You could see he got a lot of time to throw in the pocket. And I think he completed 3 reads. That's right, 3. And he wasn't staring down receivers. Of course, that interception, blah, blah, blah. But, he's maturing and he's getting better. And that's, as a young player, the Dolphins are going to have to settle for that. They're going to need to go through some rough patches. But as an offense, as a whole, they need to get it together. Looking ahead to the Baltimore game on Sunday, the defense is actually giving up 24.7 points a game, and actually, while their run defense is quite good, and I think this is where the Dolphins' run game is going to struggle a little bit, the Ravens' secondary, on the other hand, is quite shaky. I think they need to open the gate. They need to let the reins off, let the training wheels off Henne, let him exploit it, because it's there to be exploited. And I think you can get Brandon Marshall involved again. He was involved the last game. Get him those touchdowns. And he has quite a slew of receivers to choose from, and I think that he can exploit them. On defense, the Dolphins need to get after Joe Flacco early, because he is actually kind of like the whole Dolphins being 4-0 on the road, 3-0 at home. It's actually the exact opposite for Flacco. He's doing so much better at home, 100-plus quarterback rating, while on the road, he's in the 60s. So, if the Dolphins defense can get after him quick and keep that pressure going, they could stop him. They could limit the Ravens. This is a team that almost lost to Buffalo a few weeks ago. So, I think the Dolphins have a very good shot at beating them. It's on the road, so that's always a plus for the Dolphins, which is why I'm going to go with the Dolphins to win this game. I think on offensively, they're finally going to get their act together. It's not going to be good for my fantasy team, but I think on offense they're gonna get it together. The run game, not so much. It's probably going to have to wait another week. But I see their passing game opening up immensely. I see the defense getting after Flacco. And I see, since they're on the road, a victory. This has been Alyssa with Dolphins Dish. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the game. Go Fins.